We were actually, interestingly, the very first organization to provide this tripartite platform to bring the scientists from industry, government, as well as academic together in a very organized and transparent manner to make sure that we address issue of common concern in a transparent way, of course, and that with good science. And the aim goal is to address public health issue that each sector has a mutual interest in.
Because in the early 1990s, ILSI was expanding quite rapidly in Asia, and we ended up with a structure where we had some branches, some little regional groupings, and this was challenging as to how to manage it. So we looked at what we might do, and the regional grouping in Southeast Asia was the 10 countries in Asia that are members of ASEAN. So we thought this is the target of how we might be able to manage ourselves going forward. Now at the time we had a very good relationship with Australia and New Zealand. They've been very supportive of us when we started, and when we talked to them about this regionalisation idea, they wanted to come on board. So we ended up with ASEAN++. So one of the things that's evolved from this structure is the fact that across Asia now we've got a coordination with these ILSI branches. So it allows us to look at issues across not only Southeast Asia, but Asia in total. So this is a very, very powerful thing to have, and something that's actually getting better and better as time goes on.
ILSI's role and the role of ILSI Southeast Asia is to promote science, and it is to promote science-driven solutions for modern society. The role of science remains critical, but there's increasing value on translating science, evaluating science, monitoring science, and then engaging in science communication.
We ensure scientific integrity by transparency, so we make sure that all of our scientific information and scientific reports are publicly available, including the data behind that whenever possible. And we also ensure this by having at least 50% of our board members from the public sector. So we make sure that all of our science has a public health focus and not looking for individual advantage.
Yeah, from the viewpoint of industry, I think ILSI has a very good forum of able to bring expertise of scientists from academia, from industries, and also from government agencies, where they can meet and collaboratively work together to fix and very complex issue about food safety, nutrition, health and well-being in this region.
ILSI Southeast Asia has been ahead of the curve in trying to articulate this private-public partnership for nearly 25 years. So it has been a global leader in this area.
ILSI Southeast Asia region has always been providing opportunities for to the young scientists to collaborate with leading experts in research in our region. At the same time, we can also support and help them to translate their research into a more sustainable solution that will benefit the local communities.
ILSI has provided me rare opportunities of meeting and interacting with experts in the fields of food science and nutrition, not only from Southeast Asia but from around the world as well. ILSI Southeast Asian region brings to the fore not only the relevant questions that need answering, but also the state-of-the-art in the tools and expertise that we need in order for us to address these challenges.
ILSI has opened the minds and touched the hearts of many scientists in this region and beyond. You have provided us with the platform and opportunity to work together toward improving the health and nutritional status of the region.
So ILSI Southeast Asia has done a wonderful job in assembling and collating databases, harmonizing databases across the region, and using the databases for public policy.
One of the most impressive activity of Southeast Asia region is food safety standard harmonization workshop series. The database prepared by ILSI Southeast Asia was recognized and adopted by the ASEAN for the further harmonization of the standards in the region. That is one of the most successful outcome by the workshop series.
ILSI partnership has really flourished, and we were able to gain the recognition from the scientific communities, from government as well as the academic. One of the examples is that we actually provide a platform for ASEAN government as well as different authorities to come together to look into risk assessment, to look at developing data on food safety and intake data on nutrition. So that in itself is a very important platform that ILSI has played as a leadership role.
ILSI as an independent scientific organization will have a very significant roles in bridging players in the area of agricultural sustainability. For example, how to bridge between the governments and the academia, to bridge also with the users, the consumers, and of course with the producers from the farmer point of views.
ILSI has a long history of working on all kinds of issues related to food safety, nutrition, sustainability increasingly. These are big problems for the future.
The region is developing enormously, and Southeast Asia is for me one of the prime areas there. So for the health of the future ILSI organization, I think everything that happens in ILSI Southeast Asia is extremely important.
How about the role of ILSI in the future? We should address the main issues in ASEAN. Altogether, we still need ILSI to facilitate us, to help us in the ASEAN region. Thank you, ILSI.
In terms of the future role of ILSI in promoting science, I think we have to stick to the tripartite approach.
I think young scientists in the Southeast Asian region have a lot to be excited about because there are a lot of challenges here that need addressing.
I think there's only going to be progress, and because Southeast Asia region is extremely connected with the world, the progress in research will be much faster than anywhere else in the world.
Southeast Asia is a very diverse region, and we need to be able to build stronger capacity, scientific capacity, future leaders, as well as generating better data so that we can address the challenges of scientific issues for public health in a continuing tripartite platform. I think ILSI's unique role will continue to gain support, and I think that it is a very important role that very few other organizations can provide.